Hello friends. Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Java Classified. In this video, I will show you how to create the topics, describe the topics and create the topics running up Kafka Docker images. So let's go to Notepad for creating a Docker compose file for upping the Kafka and Zookeeper. So let's go to Notepad Plus, going to CMD commands, sorry, going to Notepad Plus here. Going to open new tab, defining the version as a 3, defining services here. Let's save it first. Going to C drive where I will save this Docker compose file. Here defining a Kafka Docker compose dot YAML. We are going to save this file as a YAML, saving it. Yeah, now defining the as a zookeeper name as a service, defining image bitnami slash zookeeper, going to defining container name as a zookeeper. Now going to define ports, here defining ports as a 2181 colon 2181. This is a external and internal port. Here defining environment, here defining anonymous, allow ana- anonymous login, defining anonymous login as is anonymous anonymous login as is, also defining the network name as well. This network will use for Zookeeper and Kafka as well. So defining network name as a network name in here, anonymous login, and let's define the network name as well. Networks, here here we need to define network name, defining network here as a Docker Kafka. Now defining driver as a breeze. Now here also defining network name as a Docker Kafka. Also we need to define Kafka images services. So here defining Kafka, define image bitnami Kafka, defining container name as a Kafka. Here also defining ports as a 9092 colon 9092. This is the default port. Defining environment variable. Defining Kafka broker ID as a one. Kafka list. Kafka advertise listeners. Kafka advertise advertised listener listeners. Here defining plain text plain text colon Kafka 9092. Also defining Kafka plain text listener. Here defining advertise. Here defining plain text listeners. Plain text listener as a plain text colon localhost 9092. Also we need to define zookeeper information. So Kafka zookeeper connect equal to zookeeper colon 2181. Also we need to define dependencies as well. First dependent dependence on depends on depends on. Here defining zookeeper is dependent on, sorry, Kafka dependent on zookeeper. So we need to define zookeeper here. Now save it. Let's go to compose folder and run it. Going to C drive. Here Docker compose folders is there. Going to open CMD here. Let's check the Docker version. Now let's check Docker images, local Docker images. There is 3 images available in my local Docker. So let's run the compose file. There is a command docker compose -f. We need to define our YAML file. Now going to define the up command. Enter it. If it will check in local Docker, if images are available, then it will run. Otherwise, it will pull the images from the Docker Hub registry. Here I have missed one thing in YAML file. We need also define the networks so that it is easy to connect Zookeeper and Kafka. Now it's fine. Let's run it. Enter it. It is taking time. Docker Kafka is not allowed. Service.networks. Why? It is not taking networks colon Docker Kafka. That is fine. Zookeeper here also we have defined Docker Kafka as well. Let's check this YAML file is correct or not. So going to YAML checker, YAML validator, YAML validator online. Here going to check that YAML is valid or not. So here copying the removing the oldest and copying this validating valid YAML. It is valid YAML. So formatting, yeah, now copying this one, pasting this YAML in here. Let's check. I hope it will run. Running again. Docker compose file. Docker services networks additional property. Docker is not allowed. Environment networks depends on plain text. Oh my bad. Here no need to add the single quote. Removing the single quote here. I think I have missed this zookeeper. Yeah, that is fine. Now let's go to CMD. Trying Docker Kafka is not allowed. So let's rename the network name Kafka network. Let's define Kafka net here. Copying this network and pasting here. Also defining this network name in zookeeper as well. Saving it. Let's run it. Services networks additional property net is not allowed. Why it is not allowed? Driver just run it here. Pasting this. Defining here. Saving it. Let's check again. We have added network information on the services. Yeah, now it is up. There is a mistake in the YAML. Networks information is defined in the services parallel, so it will work. Our Docker compose first it is checking in my local. After that it is pulling the images from the Docker Hub registry because the in my local Docker images are not available. So it is pulling from the Docker Hub registry. Once images are pulled in my local Docker, then it will run. Let's wait until Docker container is not created. Now as you see, Docker network created. Now going to created the zookeeper's container. Once zookeeper container is created, then it is going to create the Kafka container as well. So let's wait until zookeeper container and Kafka container is not created. Let's open another CMD. In that CMD, I can check the running container information. So I have opened another CMD. Let's check the images, Docker images command. You can see now Vietnami Kafka and Vietnami Zookeeper is available in my local Docker. Let's check the running container. Right now there is no running container is available. Let's check stop container. Yeah, right now just zookeeper container is created. Let's check the running container. It is taking time because we have running first time. So that's why. Once you can see the Docker Compose CMD, zookeeper is upping now. After zookeeper is up, then it is going to up the Kafka. Now you can see in CMD Kafka is going to up. It is not connected. Let's node not may not be available. It is not going to connect Kafka to Zookeeper. So let's check running container. Let's also check the Docker logs -f and defining the container name balance. Yeah. Let's go to for checking the topics name and all the information we need to go inside the Kafka container. So there is a commands which we need to execute. Then we will go to inside the container. So Docker exe hyphen iterate it and we need to define our container name. After that define the base command. Now I have inside the contain Kafka container. Let's check ls command. Here you can see lots of folders available here. Let's check the topics information. So Kafka topics hyphen topics sh hyphen list hyphen bootstrap server. We need to define the bootstrap server information. So here going to define colon Kafka colon 9092. Let's enter it. There is no topics available, so that's why it is giving the empty response. Let's clear commands is not recognized because I have inside in the container. So let's create the topic. So there is a command Kafka topics dot sh hyphen create hyphen topic. Here we need to define the topic name. So let's create a topic text docker test docker. Here we are going to define bootstrap server as by using cmd command we have created previously topics. We need to follow that commands only. So defining bootstrap server Kafka. Kafka is nothing but the our container names. Now defining the partitions as well. Partitions one replication factor replications factor as a one. Enter it. Replications factor is not a recognized command. Why? Replication. Yeah, that is a spelling mistake here. We need to define replication factor. Now let's run it again. Yeah, topic is created. Let's check the all the topics name. Topics dot sh hyphen list hyphen bootstrap strip server, defining the Kafka colon 9009 to enter it. You will see the created topics name test Docker. Now let's create another topic as well. Kafka topics hyphen ss hyphen create hyphen topic. Here we need to define the topic name test2. Now define the bootstrap server Kafka colon 9092 defining the partition defining one because I am running only one broker. Define the replication factor as a one. Enter it. Yeah. Top now test two topic is created. Let's check all the topics. Yeah, both two topics you will see here. So I have seen you in this video how to create a Docker compose and running up the zookeeper and Kafka by using Docker commands. Also, we for creating the topics we need to go inside the container. Then we need to pass the commands for checking the topics. Kafka topic ss list space bootstrap server, and we need to define the Kafka URL. In upcoming video, I will show you how to describe all the topics information and produce the messages and consuming that messages as well. Thank you for watching my video. If you like my video, you can subscribe my channel for further updates. Thank you.